then these are modernized shoes and leg. Like showing legs was also uncomfortable in the beginning. And then women now, they work in public places. So there are girls who are working in the bus, they collect bus fares. And then there are girls who sell tickets. And then there are girls who are tour guides. So these are new things, like a women in public place, those are new. And then there are other criticism on women become materialistic. So they have this wristwatches. It's very expensive. Like I had my research on the price of wristwatches. That is equivalent to a country laborer's 3 months of salary. Like you have to collect that much in order to buy a wristwatch. Or high school boys working in sort of stylish clothes, those kind of, or what would be popular next season. So these are fashion columns, what would be popular next season. And then generational gap. So, like a mother-in-law suffered so much because the new age daughter-in-law and her own son are having like a dancing like a Europeans or dressed like a European, and so the mother is suffering. On the other hand, in this family, this old grandmother does not help child care or anything. So the daughter-in-law is traditional, right? Traditional housewife, but mother-in-law, 할머니, like grandmother, 할머니, is going to dress up with makeups and that modern girl dress, and then she will go outside. So there were some changing trends. So modern art goes hand in hand. And there are some criticisms about women staying in domestic household. So there were new women, and feminist movement was blossoming. So they say we have to change or fix the way that traditional men thinking, so that women can be a dancer, work outside. Anyhow, so in that atmosphere, this building is Bank of Korea. Again, Japanese colonial government brought new architectural style, and that is neoclassicism. So right in front of this building, you are going to see that 신세계 department store, but this one is bank, neoclassical style bank. So it is in line with the Japanese capital, where you have many palaces in neoclassical style. So this is Buckingham Palace looking, right? But it's not Buckingham Palace. It is Japanese imperial palace called Katayama Tokuma. Katayama Tokuma is a architect, but he built Buckingham style palace for the imperial family. And then underneath, this is a Japanese electricity company called the Nihon building. And this looks totally like a Chicago or New York style high-rise office buildings. They have elevators. They also have mail chute, like a mail tunnels. They have all kinds of modern technology in the building. So I think that is the end of it. These are Japanese style. We don't need this. Discard annotation. Hold on. Discard. So that is Korean modern. I mean, in my Asian art, I also explained that this modernization also took place in Japan and China. But briefly, I want to show you modern architecture and then give you a little break. Hold on. This is short. In one semester, my students and I worked on techniques and materials of Korean art. And in that particular semester, there were a couple of students who wrote a paper on modern architecture in Korea. So where do you see modernist style? Churches, schools, government buildings. But ordinary households, those were Buddhist temples, right? Like those remain in traditional styles. So Gyeongbokgung Palace, right in front of Gyeongbokgung Palace, Japanese government built this colonial government general. This is colonial government. And where did they build it? Right in front of Gyeongbokgung Palace. So does it still remain here? No. In 1993, the Korean government decided to explode it. So it disappeared. It doesn't exist anymore. There was a lot of controversy. Well, do they have to demolish it, save it? Anyhow, it doesn't exist anymore. I remember it was like this. It was a museum also. It was a national museum. So in 1990s, I remember I went there to see Korean artworks. This is a blue house where the president lives. And then right behind the Gyeongbokgung Palace. So they demolished it so that now this is the new look. You see the Gyeongbokgung Palace right away. So it was a tumultuous period. And then the National Museum went to Yongsan area. The new building of a National Museum was made. So this was where the colonial government was located, and this is after it was destroyed, so it doesn't exist. So now they created a nice, palaces. So this is an interesting story. I mean, you should think about why they decided to demolish it. And then there is so now here, there is a National Palace Museum is here. This is National Palace Museum. And then, hold on. So Seoul Seonggonghae building. It's like an Anglican church, but it is more like a British style Anglican church, Episcopal church. They look like a Romanesque building. So built 1926. And then Myeongdong Cathedral, I say it looks like a French Gothic style. And then Yonsei University, they also have Tudor style buildings, sort of a British old houses, Tudor style building. American business people gave a lot of money for the Yonsei University to make their medical school. And then Baeje Hakdang, this is in fact one of the oldest modern school in Korea, built 1885. And they have this like a brick building, and that is an American style brick building. They are part of Methodist church group. And then Korea University, they also have this kind of Gothic style castle for their building. And then this is Jeongdong First Methodist Church. This looks very much like a suburban town in the US, right? Like a brick building, white windows. So 1897, and then Jungang High School. Like, do you see this castle? This was built in early 20th century, in style of the Renaissance building, right? And then Bank of Korea, we just saw this Bank of Korea building. And then the Government General. This is the City Hall. The City Hall was built 1926. So this is not very far from the Gyeongbokgung Palace. So because this is a smaller building, they added a new complex, like a glass and steel on the behind. So that was made in 2004. And then inside the Seokjojeon, inside the Deoksugung Palace, King Gojong also made a Jeongwan-hun Pavilion. And this is an interesting idea. So King Gojong used to drink coffee in this pavilion. It's almost like a European detached palace. And then we have a Seoul Tower. This is like a high-rise tower that everybody go up when you visit Korea, and that was made in 1969, much later. And then this is the National Assembly Hall, 1975. I guess that's it. So those are modern buildings